Hey, what's going on? I'd like to welcome you to Water Your Soil. I know you see the title of this video and you're wondering, like, who lied? Who lied to me about my credit score? Well, I want you to check out this video in full, and by the end of this video, you will know what I'm referring to. So we're gonna get right into it, all right? Let's go. So getting into it, if this is your first time here, after the video is complete, be sure to hit the like button if the video has helped you out in any kind of way. It surely would be appreciated. Also, if you've been around more than once, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Also, make sure you click on all notifications. That way you'll be able to be notified when a new video release. I normally post on Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's just the schedule that I'm normally on. But sometimes, like right now, I'll post a video on the weekend if I have time. But anyways, this is Water Your Soil. So the title of the video is They Lied to You About Your Credit Score. And what I mean by that is the perception that everyone has regarding credit. You log on, the internet and Google and YouTube, social media, Clubhouse, Instagram, anywhere, and you'll type in, how to fix my credit, how to repair my credit. You're gonna see tons and tons of videos. Fix your credit fast, repair your credit fast, how to improve your credit score in 30 days, and how to fix your credit in 30 days, and how to fix your credit in 2 weeks. So that gets put in your head right off bat. That gets put in your head. So most people, when they see that, they think, fixing and repairing their credit is an easy fix. It's just something that all you have to do is read a book or read a special plan or watch a video on YouTube, and within 30 days, voila, you up by 150 points on your credit score. And I'm just here to let you know right now, those are outliers. They're outliers. Even if it does work for some people, it's an outlier, and 9 times out of 10, your situation is not going to end up like that. Let me give you a brief walkthrough of my story just in case you are a new subscriber or this is your first time around Water Your Soil. So I started my credit journey years ago, seven years ago to be exact. And my credit journey got started, by pure embarrassment. And what I mean pure embarrassment, I was in a transition period in my life, and it was just an embarrassing time for me, but it was necessary in order for me to really get it together and get a fire lit under me. So I got started with credit because I was attempting to get a car from a car dealership. And when I went to try to go get the car from the car dealership, I basically got embarrassed and got to run around from multiple dealerships, and I felt pretty low. You figure if you can't even get a vehicle, like some people, that's getting a vehicle for some people is easy. That's something simple. It's not like getting a home for some people, getting a vehicle, that's usually something that's not difficult for a lot of people, especially the average person. However, for me, it was a difficult task. So what happened is I didn't end up getting the car. Of course, I was embarrassed. But not only was I embarrassed, I didn't want to have a negative loser, defeatist mentality. So what did I do? I got motivated. And prior to that, I already knew I had to have my credit together, but it was something that I avoided. Why I avoided it, I don't know. I just was someone who I felt like cash was more important than credit. So I avoided and I played it off. I remember it was years ago, and someone was telling me like, yeah, you need to start building up your credit. It was years prior to that, I'll say. And they were telling me like, yeah, you need to start building up your credit. And I would ignore it. I'm like, I get to it when I get to it. I'm trying to get money and all that other stuff. But as I always tell people, there will come a time in your life at some point where you're more than likely gonna need credit. I don't care if it's something like buying a home, or you want to use your business to get into investments of real estate, or it could be anything. You're gonna want to use your credit at some point in your life. Everyone is not just gonna want to be cash forever. That's just reality. Now, of course, there are outliers, but for the most part, that's not what it's going to be. And at some point in your life, you're going to want to use credit. So I decided to learn everything I could about credit. I started off with a 569. Of course, trying to get a car and getting 26 hard inquiries took me back to a 549. So I really started off at a 549. Now, when I had that 549, it was my goal to learn everything that I could regarding credit. What I did is I found the legit things, because there's tons of information on YouTube and social media and everywhere regarding credit. So it was my goal and it was my duty to find out what works for me. And this is what I'm referring to when I say they lied to you about your credit score. Credit scores are subjective. They are strictly based on you and what you do. They're based on your credit report. So they are subjective. Someone can give general advice, but it may not apply to you. A lot of times I come across credit repair videos and posts on the internet, and all they talk about is, dispute letters and trade lines. Those are the two main things that they like to focus on. And while that's cool and all, you really have to understand how credit works for you, because what can someone who has active accounts and none of them are in collections and none of them are errors, none of those accounts have errors on them. So you're risking them losing their current accounts for suspicion of fraud because you're telling them to dispute everything. That's just not smart. So what I mean by they lied to you regarding credit and your credit score, I mean society in general, because it's all subjective. So shout out to one of my subscribers, Dustin. Shout out to you, Dustin. Dustin said he's been stuck between a 630 and a 640 credit score for 6 months. And I relate to that, because there was a time, and I told him this in the comments, there was a time when I was stuck at a 660 for 9 straight months. And I understand how he feels. And this is why I created this channel, because I'm not someone who was gifted my credit score. I wasn't gifted it. I didn't get it by getting added to people's accounts as an authorized user. I literally earned my credit score. I earned excellent credit. Now, since I am someone who has earned excellent credit, and I do have excellent credit, that does not make me above you. I am your peer. When I post these videos, I post these videos as your peer. Nothing more, nothing less, your peer. This is why I post these videos. When I post the lounge videos, I post them because I want you there. I want you in the lounges as well. When I post the credit card review videos, I post them because I want you to have those credit cards. And I want you to know how those credit cards benefit me in the same ways that they could benefit you. This is not about, oh, I'm better than you or I'm bragging. No, I post this stuff because I want you there too. And what I'm telling you right now, since I came from that same struggle that many of you are in, and you're watching this channel for a reason, I know that it's a journey. And yes, at times it does get frustrating, but it takes time. And I'll tell you what's the biggest benefit to fixing and working your own credit. You are going to learn so much about credit. While doing it, you're going to learn so much about credit scores that you'll never probably have to worry about having a poor credit score again, because you're going to know so much about credit. You're going to know what works for your credit score, what hurts your credit score, what will improve your credit score, what will hurt it, what will help it. You will know what's going to make your credit score take a dip. You will know how to maintain your credit score. You will know so much regarding credit. However, you have to go through the process. And this is the reason why I decided to create the Water Your Soul channel. People always ask me, why don't you do credit repair? Well, I don't have an issue with credit repair. I would rather teach people how credit scoring works. That way, if you know how credit scoring works, you'll be set for your life, because you'll know how things are going to affect you. You'll know how a home loan is going to affect you. You'll know how picking up a new account is going to affect you. You'll know how picking up a new vehicle or a loan, any type of loan or anything, a hard inquiry, you'll know how all that is going to hurt and impact your credit score, or help and impact your credit score. And that's what's important. This is subjective, meaning it's case by case. All right, that's what credit is, a case-by-case thing. It all depends on how your credit report is. So you want to work on maintaining and learning what works for your own credit report. Once you do that, I guarantee you credit won't seem as difficult. It's not rocket science, it's not. But there's so much information out there. It's a surplus of information. So, taking in all that information at once will make it seem like it's rocket science. However, once you break it down and you relate all the information, the legit information, of course, all the legit information that you're learning, and you break it down to your specific credit report, because like I said, as I stated, it's based on your credit report, your own credit report. Once you break what you learn down to your own credit report, you'll start seeing the benefits, and you will gain confidence with time, because you will be like, well, I got it figured out now. I know credit. But you have to go through the process. The reason why I would rather people go through the process and take their time with building their credit up is because they'll learn and they'll know for life. They can help other people. They can help their family members. They can help their friends. They can help their whole city. That's what's important right there. Once you know how credit scoring works, you'll be set for life. But you have to go through the process first, because it's all subjective and case by case, and it all depends on your specific credit report. But anyways, that's what you've been lied to about. It takes time. For most people, it's gonna take you time, but stick with it. Like I said, I was stuck at a 660 for 9 months. You know how frustrating that is? 9 months being stuck at a 660, but stick with it, because you're gonna learn. Hey, Dustin, you are gonna learn through that process of being stuck between 630 and 640. Something is gonna click, and you're gonna realize what will work to get you out of that 640 range. Just stick with it. Just stick with it. That's my best advice to anyone who's going through that, anyone who's stuck at their current credit score right now, or anyone who feels like they're not improving fast enough. Just be patient and stick with it, because once it clicks, trust me, it's gonna click. But anyways, this is Water Your Soil. If this video has helped you out in any kind of way, hit that like button. Also subscribe. Also, if this video is helping you and all my other videos are helping you out, help your friends out, help your peers out, send them to my channel. But anyways, this is Water Your Soil. I appreciate you for watching. I'm out.